Go ahead.
Hello everyone. Today's 30 minutes Tuesday's topic is Chat.js with Lightning Web Components. I'm Siri Gauri. I'm a Salesforce developer from UST Bangalore. More about myself, I'm a Salesforce platform champion. I love to write blogs on Salesforce and on LWC on minioncodes.com. There is a famous quotation that visualization gives us answers to questions we didn't even have. It is given by Ben Schneiderman. So today's topic is about chart.js. It is an open source JavaScript library maintained by the community. There are many contributors to this particular library. It is used for charting purposes, that is to draw a bar graph, pie charts, and many other types. It actually has 8 types. It doesn't mean that 8 types is only like bar, radar, like that. It is like say 8 wide types. In each type, there are many type of charts again. And it is also responsive. That is, it can fit to our mobile screens very easily. So I know many would have this question that why should we use chart.js when we have standard dashboards in Salesforce? As I told, chart.js has 8 chart types. Few of them are not available in Salesforce. So that gives us one reason to use chart.js. And chart.js is responsive. So which makes mobile view easy when we combine it with LWC or even Aura. So since it is a JavaScript library, it goes well, really well with LWC. Next question maybe, what are the documentations available to use chat.js? There is a chat.js official documentation, this one. If we just Google it like jar.js, we can find this documentation. There is a detailed description of how we can use this library within our LWC. Also, Salesforce has this LWC recipes in which chart.js is also mentioned. One more thing to keep in mind is we should always use chart.js version 2.70 since the latest version might not be supported due to Locker service. So today I'll be taking up 4 use cases. First one is to display total number of opportunities. That is one chart to describe open opportunities based on the stage. Second one is total number of closed opportunities based on stage. The next few use cases are, I'll display the number of opportunities that is open and closed based on amount and expected revenue with respect to stage name. So here I will be using different type of charts which are usually not available in standard Salesforce dashboards. I will also explain the high level view of my code as well. I will be taking polar area, pie chart, radar chart, bar chart, and horizontal bar chart. So this one, the one which I have displayed here is a radar chart. I will explain more about charts in the demo. Let's see the demo. So first of all, I would like to go through this chart.js website once. So here, if we just click on get started, and if we come down here, we can see different type of charts. We can see line chart. And all these are the properties which are mentioned here. If we click on each one, there is an example for each and every property set. I will be explaining more with code. Okay, so similarly, we have bar, radar, and different type of charts. In bar, we have vertical bar as well as horizontal bar, stacked bar. We have many type of bar charts. This is the horizontal bar. We also have stack bar. This is a radar graph. So why we have to use radar graph is, one thing in Salesforce, we have pick list values. So for each pick list values, for example, eating, drinking, sleeping, designing, coding, cycling, running, for everything we can have say a specific set of either count values or sum of values. We can actually graph it out like this. So in our use case, that is opportunities with expected revenue, we can have stage names like this: prospecting, closed one, closed loss, like this, with respect to an amount and expected revenue, something like that. So as I told, chart.js is also responsive. When I just minimize my screen, but still we can see this chart rendered. Okay. We also have other type of charts. We have donut chart and pie chart. We know that pie chart is not there in Lightning. So that is a good thing. Again, we can use such charts in our Salesforce. Again, this is a new type of chart. This is polar area chart. So it is similar to pie chart, but with respect to the say here, if we have 11 and this is 16, so the radius difference is there in between these two. So the segment difference is there. Again, here we can make use of these chart in our Salesforce. We have bubble scatter charts as well. So these are similar to line charts, but we will not have that line. Instead of that, we'll just have those bubbles. And we have other mixed type of charts like line with bar, like this. And for everything here, they have given us a sample code, which we can use, which we can just like as a backbone structure or as a skeleton structure, we can use it in our code like this. Coming to the look and feel of our charts, I will just show few. First one is open opportunities polar area chart. So I will also show the code for this. So here, first of all, if we have to import this library, we have to load this chart.js JavaScript into our static resources. I will just show that as well. I have downloaded that chart.js version 2.70, and I have loaded it as a static resource. So coming to the queries, so usually for drawing graphs, we use this aggregate result. That is, we use count, sum, like this. I will just run this query and show so that Okay, I think aggregate result cannot be displayed like this. I'll just show this. So here we can see ID is 2, amount is 100,000, stage is prospecting. In similar way, we have many records like this. So it gives us the count and sum of amount here with respect to the stage name. For example, if stage is closed one, if there are two closed one opportunities, it gives us closed one, 2, like that. So this is our controller. We have four methods here. One for open opportunities, closed opportunities. One is to calculate the sum of expected revenue and sum of amount. The second one is to calculate the count of ID. So first here we have, here I have taken count here with respect to each stage name of opportunity. One more advantage is using chart.js is here we can limit it to any number of records. Need not be 40, 20 like that. In our standard reports, instead of that, we can have any number, like with respect to number, we can have any number of records. And also we can have complex queries as well. So here we can see many things like, and also I will show how it is responsive. Like if we minimize the screen as well, it will fit to the screen very well. And the second thing is a chart.js, it has all these like whatever value of the stage in which we don't want, we can just cancel it out to view what all is required, like this. So the second one is similar to the closed opportunity, open opportunity, we have closed opportunity, that's a pie chart. And these colors are customizable. We can give the CSS color codes in the code to customize these colors, or we can also give common colors like red, green, yellow, like this inside the code. So this is a pie chart. It shows that closed one is 19 and closed lost is 1. Now the second type of chart is radar chart. This is each stage with respect to amount and expected revenue. So if I just cancel amount, we can see the expected revenue here. If we hover on this, it shows it shows the stage name, like this. The third one is bar graph. In bar graphs, we have many functionalities, like we can display these grid lines. And also on hover of these bar, we can change the colors. There are many animations also possible, but for the demo, I have kept it simple. And we can scratch out one of these and we can see only the expected revenue, like this. And it also, in this legends, it also shows the expected revenue value as well. When we remove expected revenue, we can view amount. Similarly, we have a horizontal bar, closed one and closed lost with respect to amount and expected revenue. So when we remove the amount, we can see the expected revenue and vice versa. Now coming to the code of all this, I would like to explain with respect to this documentation, how simple it is to write this chart. So first of all, we have to keep in mind that is while going through the documentation, what are the attributes we have to specify in order to get different type of charts. First one is type. Type should be like radar, bar, polar area, donut, pie, like this. They have mentioned in the documentation. We have to just copy the exact wordings. Otherwise, the charts won't be rendered. The next one, coming to next one, data and options. Data is the data which we are getting from our Apex class. So I would like to show how we are getting it. Basically here, to apply all the best practices for LWC, I have wired this particular function in order to load the data. I have used at wire. Here, actually, if we are using connected callback, we won't be able to achieve it with best practices, because this query will be run a number of times if there is no change in data. So since we want to avoid that, avoid multiple number of socle queries if there is no change in data, so we are using at wire here. So and I want to tell my component structure. I have a parent component where I will be calling the Apex method. And I have a child component to which I will pass all these, uh, pass the data, and rendered callback is called from the child component where the chart.js is loaded. Why I'm following this approach is, since at wire takes some time to query the data, once I have the data, I will pass it to my child component, and then the rendered callback is called. So here I have data here, and I have as I have grouped this data like this, like count ID of ID, some amount of amount, expected revenue of revenue. So these are my something like wrapper. So I have categorized this into amount, revenue, and stage, and in some charts as ID, revenue, and stage. The next thing is I'm setting my chart configurations with help of a variable, JavaScript variable, and I'm defining my type here. Type will be radar or bar or pie or donut, anything. And inside the data sets, I have my data. Here I have defined my data, the ones which I have taken here. Since for my radar chart, I have to use two types of data. That is why I'm using amount as well as revenue. And we can set the label. And the label is, I would like to show this one. These are the labels actually. This is the label. Amount, expected revenue. And I can also set the background color and border color. This background color is cyan and border color is blue. There are many properties which we can set here, but I have set only few properties. And also there is some optional properties, that is how it should be scaled. Should it have angle lines? Should it have ticks? What is the minimum maximum ticks it should have? And all these things. Later, I will pass it into this child component where I'm using rendered callback. I will be loading this chart.js using a static resource, that is this one. And also, as the best practice, I'm propagating toast messages, that is errors, from child to parent. Okay. So once this chart is initialized, we have something called canvas. So that will get initialized. Once that is getting initialized, chart will get displayed. So this is about radar. Again, HTML is very simple. We are calling this child component from parent component, and we are passing the chart configurations through it. Similarly, for bar graph, only the options will differ. That is, we can set the grid lines and everything. And one more property here which I have used is hover background color. Once I hover on it, we can change the color to purple or red. So that is the code which I have used. If you want to know how we can get all these code are taken from this here. Basic code is this one. After that, inside our chart properties, we can use this one, like border color, border dash, border width, hover border color, hover border dash. Either if we should fill it or not, we can use labels, and we can use all these properties. So this is border color, which is changed. This is the background color, and these are the labels. And again, on hover of this bar, the color gets changed. That is one of the properties which I showed. That is a hover background color purple. Okay. One more is with respect to IDs. Here I have used ID instead of amount and revenue. And I'm setting the background color with CSS color codes here. This can also be done. So this is all about today's demo. I'm open for questions. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
Yeah, thanks, Siri. So there's a couple of questions in the chat. Can you check?
How about performance of the page if you use chart.js? Okay. Yeah, as I told, if we are using LWC best practice, like if we are wiring it instead of using connected callback, we can also improve the performance. And it depends on the number of records we are loading as well. If we are loading like 400, 500 records, then I think the performance will slow down. But again, for those charts where the general dashboards don't support, it is a good thing to go with Chart.js. How better is Chart.js than report charts? Okay, so based on the UI and performance, both are good actually with Chart.js. Uh, Also, there is a App Exchange package also, where we can just make use of the without coding, we can use Chart.js. performance wise, everything it is good, and even UI based it is good and responsive as well. And it has many animations and other options which we can use. So again, it depends on how many records we are loading and what how complex the logic is. Since our reports don't support complex logics, we can go for chat.js in that case.
Okay. Any other questions, team? You can unmute and ask. Okay, I guess no more questions. If that case, then we can wrap up. Thank you, Siri.
Thank you, Shibu.